you're making the case that, sometimes we need to have an abortion, okay. If you're making the case that abortion is an affirmative good, you are evil, you're practicing child sacrifice. And that is exactly what they're doing, as every culture before us has. But to see the Treasury Secretary, that dwarf, Janet Yellen, get up and say, you can do your part to help the American economy by killing your child, that's no different than the Canaanites, actually. So if people who don't see that clearly, that's exactly what it is. Worshiping abortion, the killing of kids, not as something that needs to happen, unfortunately, but as something that is good, that's pro-abortion. People, and I have to say, I'm sure I'll be attacked for saying this, but I really believe it. People are like, oh, well, we had another hurricane, must be global warming. No, it's probably abortion, actually, just being honest. You can't do that. You can't kill children on purpose, knowing that you're doing that in exchange for power or freedom or happiness, whatever you think you're getting in return. You can't participate in human sacrifice without consequences.
Okay, so there's a lot about that is absolutely insane. First of all, I looked it up. Janet Yellen is 3 inches taller than Lauren Boebert. So I don't even understand what that's about. And that is literally the least crazy thing that he just said there. So, okay, abortion is some sort of unique evil because everybody, you may not have been following Tucker Carlson since he left Fox News. Like Russell Brand, he's a Christian now. That's his thing. And so you talk about the child sacrifice and you just assert all these insane things. He literally said that abortion causes hurricanes, like he's some South Carolina politician from 1996 or something. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm not asking him, he's a massive liar. I'm talking to the conservatives out there. Do you understand that he doesn't believe literally any of this stuff? Maybe you do, and I don't think you should, but that's fine, you do. You came to it honestly. He has crafted a persona with which to become relevant. And so it's equal parts alien autopsy and supposed Christianity. And that's what it, by the way, interesting question I would throw to him, since apparently now he's the world's most religious man. Since the killing of children is such a unique evil, what do you think about Gaza, Tucker Carlson? Because you seem pretty quiet about the mass slaughter of children there. You seem to think it's super consequential when they're good white American children being killed. But when it's Palestinians, I hear crickets and that's about it, which seems strange since you are a deeply moral and religious man these days. Anyway, we're gonna have more insanity, probably actually worse than what we just showed you. But JR, I don't know if you've been following Tucker Carlson. That's kind of who he is now.
A little bit. Yesterday, I did a video on him talking about how nuclear technology was literally, no, not the results of nuclear weapons. He said it was demonic. It was created by demons.
Yeah.
He said you can't pinpoint a moment when humans developed nuclear technology. He said you can't do it. It's just not there. He said I ask people at dinner parties all the time, and they can't come up with an answer. So yeah, I've lost some brain cells lately, but no. So here, he'll talk about how abortion has led us down this road. Again, it's all still connected to this spiritual realm, and you can't have any issues without some human sacrifice. Well, as if abortion was invented in the 70s, as if it started right then, or as if when it was illegal, people still weren't doing it. So, So since then, somehow there's this human sacrifice. Was it the hurricanes is the reasons why? Because of our policies on allowing women to have control of their bodies? That was the problem, hurricanes, right? Because hurricanes just started. They only just started during this administration. Which, by the way, this administration has had Roe v. Wade gone. Shouldn't all the bad things stop happening?
Well, if anything,
I can ask this guy a question.
Why are the hurricanes worsening? There's less abortion. That doesn't, even if we apply the scientific method to your insanity, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No. Also, wait, does God not care about the women who are dying in parking lots because they've been turned away from hospitals? Apparently God turns a blind eye to that, I suppose. Also, let's be clear, this is all QAnon stuff, the child sacrifice. He's just trying to get conspiracists. This is Alex Jones, he is Alex Jones. And to his credit, he's been trying to become Alex Jones for 5 years now at this point, and I think it's working for him. I think he's doing pretty well. You're right, by the way.
John,
What were you gonna say?
No, God spoke to me and he said as soon as Alex Jones was hemmed up on all the lies that he told and had to pay all those people money that he hasn't paid them, and then he kind of fell off and people aren't paying as much attention to him. Tucker Carlson, he told me, he said, Tucker Carlson said, oh, here's my opportunity. I'm gonna be the next Alex Jones. It was ordained by God. My father's a minister, my mother, I grew up in the church, so obviously God tells me everything.
Yeah, that's true. Look, and I've been very critical of Tucker Carlson, and for a very long time, a lot of people were like, well, you're a godless atheist. You can't criticize Tucker Carlson. Well, I understand that, but last night, I was just trying to sleep, and I was in bed with my 2 dogs, and I was mauled by a hippogriff. And so a hippogriff came in and it went, ah, and then it clawed me. And then I think a griffin got in there and a hydra. Each one of its 9 heads. I cut off one of the heads and 2 came, and then both of them bit me on the sides. You wanna see the scars? Actually, no, I'm not gonna show you the scars. So I think I can speak with some spiritual authority about all of this because I was fictitiously mauled by mythical beasts. But anyway, that's what he's saying these days, and you're right about the nukes. He said, we can't isolate the moment where nuclear technology became known to man. What are you talking about? Your ignorance is not proof of demons. I understand that a lot of people throughout human history have implied that, but that's not actually true. He says, name the date. It's very clear to me that these nuclear weapons are demonic. Can I ask another inconvenient question for him in the same way that you implied that the death of children was so bad that like, hey, maybe we should do something about Gaza? So these nuclear weapons are demonic. Should we get rid of them? I don't think he wants to get rid of them. I think he would fight to the death for us to keep our satanic weapons of mass destruction. Again, none of this makes any sense and none of this means anything except that it is entertaining to people who really wish that Alex Jones was what he used to be and they just want a replacement.
And wrap up my last thought, at least as far as his approach here. What does this have to do with inflation, the economy, healthcare, housing, the border, jobs? What does that have to do with it? Why is he saying this stuff?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the policies that they claim to care about. Just always remember that. Ask your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving. Yo, so how does that help? Well, you know, when Trump was talking about Mike Tyson punching Kamala Harris in the face.
Yep.
So if Mike Tyson does that, do you get a raise?
You know, I've never met a person, JR, that has been able to pinpoint when insulin needed to cost 1,000 times what it did previously. And because that has not been pinpointed, I think price gouging insulin is demonic, actually. I think we should do something. You know, someday, like if Raina, I don't know, wants a pony and it's just too much and I don't make enough money, this seems like the easiest grift ever. You literally just mad libs a conspiracy theory and millions of right-wing chuds are like, I find this compelling.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.